You are watching KAVU 25 News Now weekends at 5:30.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Amaya Norman. The Victoria County Public Health Department is hosting a community resource center starting January 21st for residents needing help with essential service resources. They'll help with job-seeking documents like applications and resumes, as well as applications for food stamps, SNAPs, and disability benefits. They will also provide computer access and a resource library for mental health. The center is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. For more information, call 361-703-5426. Texas is stepping up as one of 9 states sending brave firefighters to battle the raging wildfires in Los Angeles. Texas crews are joining a nationwide effort to protect lives, homes, and wildlife.
Yeah, Texas is one of the states that stepped up. We currently now have 9 states that are supporting our efforts out here. In fact, where the Texas crew under our EMAC process, they'll be exactly where the Mexicans team will be in the hand crews, and they'll go through an orientation process, about 6 hours, 5-6 hours of training, and then we'll be sending folks out.
As the fire continues in Los Angeles, the death total rate has risen to 16 people. Let's continue to keep Los Angeles in our prayers. Now it's time to check in on our weather with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey.
All right, on the outside, cloudy skies. A little bit warmer today, more humidity in the air and cloud cover as well. You see there, looking at a live view from Victoria College in the background. 67 degrees, felt nice compared to the cold air we have been seeing and feeling. It's going to feel nice for the next couple of days down the road. Northerly winds near 5 miles per hour. A little bit of rain shower activity offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. What about some more cold air headed our way? When will that be? We'll take a look coming up later on in the full 7-day outlook. Amaya?
Thank you so much, Trey. The Victoria Police Department is hosting an information session on a series of issues here in Texas. 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting joins us now with more details. Trenton.
Thank you, Amaya. January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month, when enforcement agencies advise residents about signs that might hint to human trafficking. The U.S. began recognizing the month in 2010 to educate the public how to identify and prevent trafficking. The crime can include forced labor or sex trafficking. In 2016, the U.S. Advisory Council on Human Trafficking held their first meeting to game plan solutions. The website of Attorney General Ken Paxton shows 185 arrests for trafficking in 2020, with 28 convictions. The Victoria Police Department and Fire Department will host their first Lunch and Learn of the year with a presentation on human trafficking at the Community Center Dome at 2905 East North Street. It'll be on Wednesday, January 15th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Interested residents can register at victoriapd.com. The Civilian Police Academy Alumni Association will provide lunch. Melissa Rendon and Barbara Hand will present the information for those who attend. Amaya, back to you.
Thank you so much, Trenton, for that information. The Eden Fire in California is now among state's deadliest wildfires. Saturday, authorities reported there has been at least 16 deaths from the wildfire raging across Los Angeles County, 11 from Eden Fires and 5 from Palisades. The Palisades and Eden Fires have each destroyed more than 5,000 structures, according to the Cal Fire, totaling at least 10,000 destroyed structures between the 2 largest active fires. The Eden Fire alone has charred more than 14,000 acres so far and is 27% contained as of Sunday morning. The deadliest blaze in the California history was the Camp Fire, which killed 85 people in Butte County. According to Cal Fire, the complete death toll won't be clear until it's safe for investigators to enter neighborhoods where there are downed power lines, gas leaks, and other hazards, according to authorities. Los Angeles fire officials are urging residents who evacuated the Palisades fire to be patient, saying evacuation orders and warning remains in place because the conditions still present as a threat. Sunday, LA County Fire Chief Anthony Moran said high winds are expected to make the battle to get the fire under control even tougher.
We know that elevated critical fire weather conditions will continue through Wednesday. The Los Angeles County Fire Department is prepared. These winds, combined with low relative humidities and low fuel moistures, will keep the fire threat in Los Angeles County very high.
Warren also said the LA County water system is ready and will be prepared to assist in fighting a wildland fire. Saturday, authorities reported there have been at least 16 deaths as before from the wildfire raging across Los Angeles County, 11 from the Eden fire and 5 from Palisades. The Palisades and Eden fires have each destroyed more than 5,000 structures, according to CAL FIRE, totaling at least 10,000 destroyed structures between the two largest active fires. Now, Santa Anita Park in Arcadia has transformed into a major donation hub for Los Angeles fire victims, known for horse racing. The track canceled races to host volunteers and donations, now covering acres. Thousands have come by with essentials like shoes, jackets, and food. The donation center will stay open through Wednesday. The Eden fires have burned over 14,000 acres and are just 15% contained. Now in Missouri, the body of a local sports reporter was found shot to death inside of a car on Friday night. Alan Shope reports from Plate County.
Everybody's just speechless.
Will and Adam Johnson, owners of the Platte County Citizen, say their sports reporter, 50-year-old Dennis Sharkey, loved all things sports.
He got to cover some pretty successful basketball teams and football teams.
Kansas City, Missouri police first called to the area around 7 o'clock Friday night, someone calling about a car off the road. Police showing up to find Sharkey shot.
We're still trying to process it when it hits this close to home.
Adam says employees of the Citizen were devastated to hear the news. They say Sharkey joined the paper in 2018 and then again in 2023 and covered sports and county commission meetings.
Took his job seriously and understood the importance of bringing the news to people in an unbiased way.
Sharkey taken to Liberty Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The paper saying Sharkey was on his way to cover a high school basketball game on Friday night. The paper's news editor sending us this statement. We're shocked and saddened by this horrific event. Dennis was a hard worker and a longtime contributor to the Citizen, and he will be missed.
They've taken the news pretty hard, and I pray for the best that they can maybe get something solved and get some questions answered.
They add.
He was just a really good reporter.
In Platte County, Alan Shope, KBC 9 News.
Police in New Hampshire are searching for a woman who fell through the ice at a pond. Officers in Atkinson said they received a call Saturday evening about someone calling for help at a Big Island pond. First responders from across the state went to the scene to assist in the search. Marines Patrol says that based on an initial investigation, they believe that the woman fell through the ice and drowned. She has not been located. Neighbors in the area said it is common to see people out on the lake ice fishing, skating, playing ice hockey, or walking. Since the U.S. Supreme Court allowed states like Texas to ban nearly all abortions, the number of pregnancies terminations in the United States actually increased. To read this full Texas Tribune article, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com. For more on today's news story, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrella and Parker Cox will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them. Coming up next, Biden proposed plan to limit cigarettes nicotine levels, aiming to reduce addiction. All this and more next.
Take a review of the day. Temperature for the high was 61 degrees. Felt nice this afternoon. Low 31 degrees, 1 degree under freezing. Below normal for a normal low and also for a normal high. Below normal for rainfall so far, thanks to the rain we had last Thursday. More rain headed our way. We'll take a look coming up in your forecast.
Now, President-elect Trump received his second invitation this weekend to visit California wildfire victims. Los Angeles County Board of Supervisor Chair Catherine Barger penned an open letter to the incoming president, imploring him to, quote, stand with the people of Los Angeles County. Trump also received an invitation from California Governor Gavin Newsom on Friday. Officials says 38,276 acres have burned in California since a series of wildfires broke out at the beginning of the month. There's been no word from the president-elect on if he will accept the invitation. Now, Nevada ranks 48th in the nation for primary care access, leaving many waiting for those for appointments. Here's more of the details.
Just sat in front of her computer looking for a primary care doctor. Every time she thought she found one, she learned she couldn't get into their office for 2 months, a common frustration for many Southern Nevadans.
I honestly thought, being such a big metropolis or metropolitan area, that there would be more options, but it almost seems like there's not enough doctors to account for the population.
And she's right. According to the American Association of Medical Colleges data, Nevada ranks 48th in the country for primary care doctors, with close to 7,500 licensed physicians. Why? Dr. Mark Kahn, dean of the Kirk Kerkorian Medical School, points to a number of reasons. One of them, federally funded residency positions. Once a doctor graduates from medical school, they have to complete a residency program. But Dr. Kahn says there's only 400 spots in Nevada.
We've had an explosion in population since the number of residency positions were frozen in 1996. So we've had the same number of training positions, yet our population has gone up more than tenfold.
He adds it's not easy to bring doctors to the state because insurance rates are low when the licensure process is cumbersome.
I came to this state almost 5 years ago, and it took me over 7 months to get a license with a clean application.
Plus, Dr. Kahn says Nevada is one of the few states that does not have an any willing provider law. That keeps an insurance company from denying a doctor who meets the criteria from joining their team.
So an insurance company could say, we only want 2 cardiologists, and when they're full, that's all that we have. That's not legal in most states, but it is legal here.
Dr. Kahn believes the shortage will get better in time, but Hodges can't afford to wait years for those improvements.
I've actually been had a few diagnoses since I've gotten here, so yeah, it's difficult to try to marry up what I want to happen with what the doctors will help me with.
For Fox 5 Investigates, I'm Andriana Shepard.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is suspending some state requirements to build in an effort to help fire victims rebuild faster. Newsom signed the executive order Sunday for people impacted by the wildfire. The order suspends some permits and review requirements under the California Environmental Quality Act and the California Coastal Act. The order also directed state agencies to identify others permitting requirements that can be suspended to allow faster and more affordable rebuilding. Newsom also extended protection against price gouging on building materials and other essentials goods for the next year. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with President Joe Biden about progress in Gaza's ceasefire hostage negotiation. Netanyahu thanked Biden for his support and updated him on Israel delegations in Doha working on the release of hostages. Meeting with Israel officials continue as negotiation report cautious optimism. A new government report shows unsanitary conditions at Bora head plant in Virginia were contributing factors that led to a deadly listeria outbreak last summer. The Center for Disease Control first started investigating the outbreak last July. Days later, the company recalled a number of its products, including 7 million pounds of deli meat. 10 people died and more than 60 others were sickened in 19 states by the tame product. The Agriculture Department report says food inspectors found insects, both dead and alive, mold and mildew, and other problems at the company in Virginia plant weeks before the outbreak. Bora had closed the plant last September. The report also called for better government oversight to prevent future outbreaks. Now, President Biden is expected to propose a plan to limit nicotine levels in cigarettes, potentially cutting addiction risk by up to 95%. The move aimed at containing the tobacco industry excluded in e-cigarettes and nicotine replacement products. Details remain unclear, and finalizing the rule could take years. Cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the U.S., killing over 480,000 annually. Some of the fastest growing jobs in 2025 revolved around two letters, AI. LinkedIn looked at millions of jobs based on user information from 2022 to 2024. The top two jobs were artificial intelligence engineers and artificial intelligence consultants, following the physical therapists, workforce and development management, and travel advisors. Now, with so much going on in the world today, and we're now in 2025, we want to know what issues concerns you for the most in 2025 this year. The rising cost of living, crime and public safety, climate change and natural disasters, healthcare access. And so far, that's in 71% is the rising cost of living that is in the lead. We will have the latest here for tonight at 10. But we want to hear from you. To participate in our viral poll, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com. Now experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus.
All right, current temperatures in the 50s area wide and continue to fall. We head toward the overnight tonight. A cool start tomorrow morning. Temperatures in the 40s. And warmer overall this coming up week than it was last week. Then some more Arctic air heads our way. When will that be? We'll take a look coming up in your forecast. Good Sunday evening, everyone. Trey Mining here. And by the time we get to midnight tonight, temperatures in the 40s, low 40s along I-10, mid 40s in Victoria, and same thing along the immediate coast, the 50s as well. Cooling off even more, will be in the 30s, upper 30s by 5 o'clock, and should not be any readings. Well, maybe possibly along I-10 could be some readings at the 32-degree mark. So that part of the Crossroads area may want to watch out for a little bit of frost. And then we'll be rising tomorrow temperatures and near 60 degrees or so by the afternoon time. And we'll continue to be more of a mild feel than compared to what we had last week, I should say. Still on the cool side, though. So keep your jacket and your sweater with you. And a little bit of rainfall we had earlier today is now moving to the east toward Louisiana with a weak low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. Currently, it's raining from Galveston to Beaumont area and toward Lake Charles and further east from there. We have the clouds lingering over our region here. It's one of the reasons we'll be above freezing tonight, because of that cloud blanket over the atmosphere of the Crossroads. And feel like temperatures, By the time we get 6 o'clock or so, which is pretty much near now, will be a feel-like temperature about 60 degrees. And then cooling off as the sun goes down and cools the atmosphere off. By the time we get to 3 o'clock in the morning, it'll be in the mid-30s area-wide. That's the feel-like temperature, the wind chill. And for your early morning hours on your Monday, feel-like temperature will be in the upper 20s to near 30 degrees. So definitely big coats tomorrow morning with that wind coming in from the north. And it's still continuing to bring in that cooler and drier air in our region here. We'll still keep the clouds in our forecast area coming up for your overnight tonight for your day tomorrow. And kind of have a little bit of breaks in the cloud cover. All the rain's mild moving to the east. But notice as you get toward the day on your Monday, more of a easterly to southeasterly flow coming in by your Tuesday, bringing the clouds into our forecast area here. Maybe a few rain showers south of Corpus Christi toward the Rio Grande Valley coming up by your day Tuesday into Wednesday. Maybe a passing shower somewhere along the coastal zones coming up for your day on Wednesday as well. But waiting for the end of the week when another strong front comes in, a partly Arctic front, will bring some colder air in time for the weekend. Mighty chilly air as well. More on that here in a second. Point Lavaca. Well, waking up tomorrow morning with temperatures in the 40s along the bayfront. Sunny to partly cloudy skies throughout the entire day through your day tomorrow. There's 60 degrees, kind of like today. Some clouds in the atmosphere, some peaks of the sun. Cuero as well, starting off about 41 degrees by 6 a.m. At 9 o'clock in the mid-40s, and there's 60 degrees by 3 o'clock with a daytime high with sunny skies to enjoy. And for Victoria, likely seeing 45 degrees by 9 a.m. in the morning. And then 3 o'clock about 61 degrees or so with northeasterly winds, keeping that cooler and dry air in place. Nothing too extremely cold, so don't have to worry about that as of yet. And we'll keep it partly cloudy for your day tomorrow in the region. With highs near 60 degrees, and 50s and 60s for highs coming up. And actually above 70 by the time we get to Friday or so. And Saturday, probably more than likely. Strong front comes in, and we drop temperatures down, likely in the 20s for lows coming up by Sunday and the first part of next week. So as we get closer in time, we'll get a better handle on that, on the temperatures. But expect that cold air to head our way at that time. So enjoy the week coming up with high temperatures in 60s, 70s by the midweek time frame. Lows 30s and 40s coming up in the next several days as well. So keep that jacket with you, keep warm, and make it a great week. Let's take a look at this right here. This is the QR code, as you know. Get your smartphone, scan the code you see right there on the screen. That'll take you to a webpage. You can download our app. News, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient, free of charge to have on your phone to be connected with us. See Ray Robinson over there with the sports.
Thank you, Trey. We got some local pro wrestling to talk about today. Coming up in sports, see what the Aces Pro Wrestling promotion got in store for Victoria tonight. Now let's talk about some local pro wrestling in the Crossroads this weekend. Our friends at the Aces is back with their event titled That Night 2. The action is going on right now just down the street at Rusty Ranch, and with the bell time being at 5 p.m. But no worries, there's still plenty of time to get down and enjoy the action for a good family night. This event is about fan appreciation, which was celebrated with the first 100 people being granted free admission. Victoria's own Logic Chamberlain will be in action. Here's a word from promoter Carlos Guerrera and luchador Decimus.
And we have over 5 exciting matches, including Logic Chamberlain takes on Lowrider, the reigning champion Logic Chamberlain, the current Lucha Pro Heavyweight Championship, and that's going to be an exciting match.
So here in Victoria, Texas, expect the unexpected. You have the best of Lucha Libre and wrestling under one building. You got El Pesado Más Pesado Decimus, the Nightmare of the 95666, Cuervo, and straight from AAA, Epidemus Jr.
All right, make sure you guys go out and check that out. But Bay City senior wide receiver Exilin Williams was honored at the Ford Tough banquet yesterday in Frisco. Williams set a school record for most touchdown receptions with 21 total. He finished with 1,205 receiving yards and finishing with 71 receptions. Big congrats to Exilin Williams and the Bay City Black Cats. And this looks to be an eventful offseason for the Houston Astros. Their pitcher, Framber Valdez, has signed a one-year deal Thursday. This deal is worth $18 million. This all comes after he went 15 for 7 and striking out 169 times this season. The Astros will need him if they plan on making another run for the AL West title. He also finished 15th in AL MVP voting. And as the wildfires continue to impact both the NFL and the NBA, the Houston Texans have begun their efforts to try and help respond to the relief going on. They have reportedly donated $1 million to the California Texans chair and CEO saying, pardon quote, "We are proud to join together with our NFL family to provide support and resources to those who have been impacted, as well as the firefighters and first responders who continue to work tirelessly to contain the fires." And speaking of the Houston Texans, let's talk more about them who began their postseason run. Nico Collins led the Texans in receiving yards with 122 receiving yards, and there he was with his lone touchdown. But the Texans really took over the game with their defensive coverage as Eric Murray takes a pick six to make the lead bigger and secure the victory entering the fourth quarter. C.J. Stroud finished with 282 receiving yards. The Texans will have their work cut out for them in the AFC divisional round, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll have updates on when the game will take place next week. And the Houston Rockets welcome back their third pick from last year's draft, and Reed Shepherd. He has been on fire in the G League, playing for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, most recently erupting for 24 points and 9 assists in a win over the G League Wolves. But let's hope that three-point shooting can transfer to the NBA. The Rockets prepare to take on the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow night. And that does it for your sports. Amaya?
Thank you so much, Ray. Now it is time to dig into rock history. Bob Dylan. He's have something up for his hits auction block. Now grab your cell phone to scan this QR code. This is our quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, get breaking news alerts, and vote in our viewer polls. Submit news, tips, and photos, and you will know all about our ongoing contest.
A treasure trove of Bob Dylan memorabilia is going up for auction at Julian's Auctions. They say about this is about 50 items and artifacts will be up for sale, including early handwritten drafts of Dylan's first #1 hit, Mr. Tambourine Man. The items are from the personal collection of the journalist Al Narowitz, commonly known as the godfather of rock journalism. Among the items are multiple pieces of original art, including a signed oil painting from 1968. The auction is set to take place at the Musicians Hall of Fame Museum in Nashville, Tennessee on January 18th. You know, I could spare a trip to Tennessee.
For Bob Dylan?
So could I.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Bob Dylan? See, I don't want to say too much because I don't know too much about Bob Dylan.
I mean,
he was a singer in the 1960s.
See, that's something like my parents would know.
Very unique voice.
A very unique voice. He had a lot of instruments that was up for auction.
Exactly.
A lot of instruments. But how the weather's looking, Trey?
Weather's looking, well, a little bit more on the mild side. I think we're all happy about that. And we'll see slight rain chance in midweek, but here comes the cold air again by Sunday, and highs in the 40s by then. Looking for some 70s for highs by Friday and Saturday, so let's enjoy that. A little bit chilly in the morning with wind chills in the 30s.
Oh, well, we're going to get some type of cool weather, then we're not going to get cool weather, then we get back chilly all over
You
again.
know how I go here.
This beats Oklahoma.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you for 25 News Now at 10.